And the answer is yes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I have been,
you're so swell. I know, it'll be like, you'll have to back up.
perhaps. So here's the thing.
So recovered.
I have April 15th was last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday, I had factory closet factory, I should say, in my house.
Oh, I've seen them. I was wondering, you guys have had.
We did some laundry room and closet. Then Monday, the plumber comes in to put in the thing. And then Tuesday, we had the carpenter and he put in the doors on the closet because the closet factory doesn't do doors. They
Really?
Yeah, no, they don't do doors.
Our closet has doors.
Well, my closet has doors, but it wasn't done.
Closet factory.
Doesn't do doors. They only do the closet inserts.
Wow.
And they do
Did you get an email
cabinets.
showing the,
And so then,
so it can,
that was Tuesday.
did you get an
And-
email from Teams
And they ripped
to open
out
up so I
one
can
of my kitchen,
start?
the kitchen's.
Not that it matters, but
Intentional.
Yeah.
Oh, in order to make the.
Oh, it's a little bigger.
Join
No,
meeting.
No, this is
Oh, just the other- oh,
to make it more open concept.
you just said joint
And, you
meeting.
know, Dust,
Oh, yeah.
and so I am,
That's a good deal.
after all
Oh,
that,
you don't have the app?
yesterday,
Sorry.
I totally worked. I cleaned. And I cleaned, and I put away, and I'm exhausted. I'm lucky I got what I did.
So Bob's here. I'm here, you're here. So we have a quorum. Oh, so the time.
Uh,
3:02.
3:02.
So 3:02. We can say the meeting starts.
Okay,
And Pepe, you can record it.
I'm recording right now. Yep. Oops. You get the background off.
Thanks for coming. Bob. Officially, thank you for coming. So, unofficially, not part of the minutes. I was just on the phone with my daughter, who has two kids, a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. She's whining about costs of stuff. One of them is a hockey player, so she's playing hockey all over the place. And new skates cost $300 for a 9-year-old.
Good synagogue.
But over and above that, the orthopedic guy is saying she needs braces.
See, it doesn't.
She doesn't, orthodontist. Yeah.
Oh.
She needs to
And then
need
let's
to.
forget about
Yeah.
it.
No, the orthodontist. She hasn't lost all her baby teeth yet.
Oh.
So they're gonna put braces in. And then all the baby teeth are gonna fall out and they're gonna take those out and then wait a little bit and then do another round of braces. So it's like they get a double hit. The orthodontist. I've never heard that.
Why are they doing that?
What's
I don't know.
what's round the braces for?
To straighten out the adult teeth that are there.
They're not there.
Well,
Well, she's got like half adult teeth and half baby teeth.
How old is she?
She's 9.
I'm surprised it's still there. The baby teeth.
Has she gotten a second opinion?
Well, we're suggesting maybe it would be a wise thing to do that. So, but our daughter is resistant because she's busy, residents are busy. And they don't want to waste the time. You'd rather spend like $3,000, maybe.
Maybe it would support your time.
6.
Is it, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And then if they don't wear the retainer, they go right back to what they were originally. Just asking us.
I mean, what if,
It's 10.
that's exactly what I do because when our daughter, this is the mother, she had braces when she was, I think, 13.
Yep.
All her adult teeth were in and her teeth look great.
Does she wear a retainer every night?
Did she?
Does she? My daughter still
Now?
wears hers.
Me too.
No, she does. I don't, no, I'm pretty
Those are
sure.
gonna shift eventually.
I don't think she's worn it for a long time. But she's now, she's approaching 40. But,
My son's.
and her teeth look fine. And she had, her teeth are just like her daughter. They've got like devil, big teeth. It's a family.
Sure it is.
Hey, it's not it's not a compliment, but it's also not.
I'm not saying anything.
Second opinion. That's a good second.
Yeah.
That just seems like, yeah, like.
All right, so, did you guys all review the minutes of the meeting previous? Do we have a motion that we approve the minutes as they were, well, they were presented and then adjusted?
So move.
All right. I'll second. All those in favor of approving the minutes as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Um, so there's an update on a bunch of stuff. Stallman is now coming 5 days a week. You all know that, but you guys don't, but you do now. We got criticized twice or 3 times by the city of Bonita Springs. They put the little sign up to shut down the pool. We think both of the times was because there's a sheet in the pool room that monitors or makes a record of the monitoring of our the chemicals we pull. And it's only done 3 days a week because Stallman would come Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And they said, well, no, you really need to do it 5 days a week. It's actually 7 days a week. So we contemplated doing, having a neighbor do it, but then the neighbor's not here, they go away, it becomes, so we just agreed we would, do it 5 days. We kind of sort of negotiated with Stallman, they gave us a little bit of a break. So they're now coming 5 days a week. And hopefully that will, keep at least the city happy. I've had a couple of people ask about the pine straw. The pine straw is done once a year now with a kind of a heavy dose. And, so we're gonna stick with that at least for now. So Vision, you all know Vision's been working pretty well. They're here most days. It's unbelievable what they took out behind the houses on this side. They were there for an hour and a half or something, pulling stuff out behind our houses and loading them into there. So Bill gave me a kind of a pseudo report, a landscape report, and he was talking about these. Is that called a ligustrum tree?
Ligustrum.
Yes. Ligustrum. So we were toying with getting rid of those because we thought they were not doing so great. But then Vision has been trimming them and we think they're getting more water and they look pretty good. Vision says they usually live 30, 40, or 50 years. So I'm now thinking maybe we just go. Anyway, so I think that it's put on hold. The replacements for those would be like tiny little trees. And those, I think, look good. Do you guys?
Looks good to me.
It was amazing. They came over with that big bucket truck.
Yeah.
And cut them.
Yeah, they were been. There has also been an early big round of irrigation repairs. I just signed and you will
Yeah,
sign.
I already did.
It's probably $4,500 or something like that of irrigation repairs. Some control valves, just a whole bunch of stuff that is a result of their initial inventory that they took. And hopefully that'll be the main ticket and then it won't be so bad going forward.
I have a question. I saw their initial report. It was like, I thought it was 20 something on it. No?
There's been 4 repair orders that they all got sent to us right now. They sent them all together. They were done over a period of a month or so.
Okay.
So, and they're detailed, like Moulters were detailed. These are all detailed, of what exactly they did, where and when and all that stuff. So it's good. It'd be hard to argue that, I mean, I remember, last week, 2 weeks ago, maybe, I went by in the morning, the sprinklers here were all going. And then I came back an hour and a half later, 2 hours later, they were still going. And it was from Lou across the street, or somebody said, well, you know, they were going last night too. So they're going on. So I turned off the main and sent a note to Nicole and asked her if she could have somebody come out and make you up the next day, or a day later, whatever. And it was the control valve that sits there, so we had to dig it up, replace the control valve.
So are you talking about those boxes that are buried?
Yes,
And those are about $1,000 to replace, because that's what Motors told us that years ago.
yeah, well, this wasn't that much, but
Yes.
but still,
But they're expensive.
but
yeah.
they're expensive, and some of them are very, some are easily accessed, but some aren't, and anyway, that's just a minor update. So you all saw coming in those two bright gold colored lights. They're those are the replacement lights that finally got delivered and installed. They're actually solid copper. And they will patina, because they're the same as the existing lights that we have sprinkled throughout the pool area. And I sent a note to Sherry, who's the daughter of the guy that runs the company, and said, geez, they're kind of bright and shiny, they don't match. And she sent back a curt response. They're solid copper. And she said they do have an accelerant. So they
Make
can
them
put it,
garnish.
yeah, so they could, yeah, they put an accelerant, it would tarnish it more quickly. I said, no, that, I think we can live with that for a little while.
We have a homeowner called me, someone, she was very upset about the missing the lights there
Yeah.
by the pool. And I explained to her, well, because a car hit it and then, you know, she says, it came from Bonita Bay, actually, the,
I saw that too.
yeah,
She was saying that it all looked derelict.
yes, yeah,
And
third world country, yeah. Yeah, okay.
By the way, the other part of this, there's a little, one of the bars.
yeah,
Is,
Yeah,
is bent, are we,
I'm gonna try straightening it before I spend time, because it's, I have a tool, it's a webbed nylon ratchet that I think will just suck it together. It will do that, or it'll break it.
right, make a bigger problem, yeah.
So yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in the end is I was trying to explain to her about how it happened, and then I guess they're waiting for, you know, the insurance to come through or whatever. And then she goes, I'd like to speak to your manager. I said, well, I am the manager. I'm gonna go speak to somebody that knows something.
Yeah,
was thinking-
she's a little prickly.
oh, my,
A little,
yeah,
So hopefully she's happy, hopefully everybody's happy, because it does look better. And one of the lights, even before that, wasn't working, so now we have it both working. And it's been filed with, so this is a question for you. So Nightscape sent me an invoice and forwarded it to you guys. But it's part of a claim, insurance claim, and I assume they're gonna pay it directly. So once it gets paid, then I can send you an email saying, get it off the portfolio.
Mhm.
Okay.
oh, sorry, I can delete my proof.
Oh, yeah, no, I kind of knew you, because you hadn't heard any of the
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
So, but I wasn't gonna approve it, so,
okay, so,
yeah, so we're good.
Okay.
Two other things, the entrance sign is in the works. Betsy said we just got notice that the permits were finally issued, so that'll be in the works pretty soon. So that'll be a pretty big change. We've funded half of it, I think, is that about right?
yes, yes.
Okay, and then last thing, the Kevin tree service, he's showing up on the 27th of April. And he does this time the ornamental and the hardwoods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you'll see him around. And we can ask him to do other things, or more trimming or less or whatever. But. Oh. Not importantly, but, so, you know, every quarter they have this leadership meeting. And they review, this is the community association, they review what's going on in the neighborhood, and then we're supposed to distribute that to us, and if it's relevant or not, most of it's not. They were saying that Beach Park, 45,000 people have used it since its opening. 11,000 per month. The shuttle averages 200 rides a day. And this is good. Renters make up 44% of the users.
44%.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's because none of us will go there when everybody's here. That's a lot.
That was really the only interesting part about that meeting. So, well, they had three builders, and so the three builders were presenting three well-known builders that you've seen, like Hardwick Homes, and I don't remember the two others, but people that build homes here, mostly large single-family homes. And they were talking about how they build homes and what their goal is, things that aren't that relevant to us. They build at 12 feet, 6 inches. 11 is the minimum standard, I guess, now. And they say, so it's another 1.5 feet higher, which I guess is.
So is it, what are ours, 10 feet?
I have no idea. Dottie, do you know how high a typical, I'm sure ours are all different. I mean, when Ian came, and Kurt has one of those laser pointer dealies that you can get elevations with. And Scott's garage was 8 inches higher than Jack's garage. And yet they're on the same, they're two houses apart from each other.
Yeah,
And they look exactly the same, but there's this differential where when the houses were built, there wasn't so much of a concern with having a water surge here, I guess.
Yeah, it never happened.
Oh, yes, okay, that makes sense, for a house, not the garage. I think house, yeah. So we're still above what the minimum standard is, so
What's that have to be now? 11?
it has to be 11.
well, if there's an app on your phone, you can see what, yeah, if you stand in the living room and have it on. And I think I was like 8, 9 feet in my house.
So the question would be how accurate is it, because it's done through GPS. probably.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So,
Yeah, who the hell?
It's probably not very accurate because when they do.
So Rich is 11. If you don't get 11, I'm gonna renovate your house. You know?
Yeah.
if you renovate it, it's gonna cost more than what, 500 grand, then you have to,
50% of the value.
or 50, yeah, that's right,
Without the land, that didn't have a problem.
yeah,
We made it ours. Was 10
your timing was
10
good.
and a quarter. It was.
Okay. That's all I have. So I guess the next official report would be the landscape report. We don't really have a landscape report now. I already did it. Kevin's coming, and I wanted to just mention these trees here for now. So now we have a treasurer's report.
Sorry, I was really late on this, but, okay, so, this is as of 3/31. And as of 3/31, our checkbook had 48,278 in it, and the reserve had 259,806. And that takes into account the payable to the checking. So in other words, the checking is really 57,000. And then the 8840 was a payable between the reserve account and operating account. And that has been paid off now in April, beginning of April. What that was all about was when they set up the new checking account and they put everything over to the new account, they still had the old account. And anyway, they basically borrowed from the reserve account to pay bills. For that, because they put too much into the new account and didn't have enough to pay bills. Anyway, that is all taken care of. So now the reserve activity for the year is 3 months of funding at $3,318. For a total of 9,955. Interest earned is only 1,089. And I asked, accounting, I said, I'm a little upset because the change from the old bank to the new bank, our interest rate has plummeted.
Oh,
So,
well,
so I was not happy. So I asked if we find something a little more profitable. It's not much. I mean, interest rates on a bank account are not much anyway. Then the disbursement was 8,312 for Lycans Sign Tech, which is 50% of new monument, which leaves us an ending balance of 259,807. And I do want to say, on our reserve report that we got last year, sorry. The amount that was designated for a monument to refurbish, replace was 16,000. So
We're pretty close.
we're pretty close. So anyway,
That's the good thing about doing that,
biannually,
updating it, because the first one was like $10,000.
right,
something like
right,
that.
because things do go up.
Is the reserve on our website, or is it?
Yes.
yes, it should be-
Yes.
I don't know about an folio, but yeah.
Yeah, fully was.
Out of
So-
curiosity,
Oh, what are we earning?
On the reserve, hold on,
10 or something ridiculous?
it's 1.76. It used to be 2.3 or
Are
something.
there rules that prevent that from being invested in a true money fund that's only between four and?
I don't know.
For reserves, you can invest, for reserves, you can invest in a fund for, which we got, for operational, no,
So,
it has to be.
So
liquid.
they could move that to say a Vanguard insured federal money market and get almost 4%.
Exactly,
They're allowed to do that.
yes,
We should look into it.
Mhm.
1%?
1.76. So I'm
or CDs, you can also buy them.
Oh.
You can also buy CDs,
CDs or,
if you want to have a CD,
Okay.
yeah. Some associations are buying them and they're like, they call it a scala, like one is due, one will
yeah,
come, and then, yeah.
yeah, so you can
But
constantly
Ladders
have
or
some,
something like that.
yeah, you're constantly being able to
Have liquid money.
liquid money. Yeah,
Without
because
hesitation.
treasury bills, again, the treasury, if it's not a money market kind of thing, it's in there for 6 months or
You don't want to lose.
9 months or 12 months, and then you don't have any money.
A money market though has checking, has checks.
Yeah, money
Yeah,
market.
but it's,
Remember that we used to, you could write a check.
How
yeah, but it's
complicated
less,
would it be to have a outside?
You go through the bank because, like a lot of, one of my associations, they just went and looked at all the different, bank rates for interest for a CD. And so they bought, I think about, $57,000 in CDs, and, they're different, they're varied. And, when they come due and different numbers, and, they, keep reinvesting that. So they're making money that way.
because we need to, I will, I'll be my.
You have to call though every time they come due, because I thought they just
see,
automatically
my
rolled
CDs
over and they
No.
don't.
No,
Yeah,
TVs are,
have to cash
I
it.
mean, money market fund would be fine, because it's liquid.
yeah, that's what I. 'cause
Yeah.
You don't know. And
And it's not like we don't use it that much, so it's not like we have to have.
The reserves, are they still in First Horizon? Was that, do you have First Horizon?
yeah,
And is the reserve fund still in First Horizon?
No,
They
no,
moved that over to South State?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. And then I was like, what? You know, I'm like, how come I'm only getting that? And then they, what really was most annoying was the fact that they took the 10 grand out without my knowledge to pay for the bills. And I'm like, okay, great. Now it's 10,000 less that's in the money market earning interest. So I'm like, a little annoyed.
Mhm.
But anyway.
You can just speak to Tom Harmon. He's the, Thomas Harmon, he's the, head treasurer. Angeline, is that, you've been working with Angeline?
Yes,
Right, well, Tom also, well, she should know too, Angela, both legally. So how to make a, how to make a portfolio for that.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All right, well, we'll work on that.
so, okay, oh, I haven't finished.
I know.
Sorry, I was just gonna make a note. The net income as of 3/31/26 is 12,723. And don't let that fool you because there's a lot of expenses that come at the end of the year. It's just based on timing. The expense analysis, basically, there were a few things that I wanted to touch base on. The mulch was budgeted for a two-time application, May and then October/November timing. But we're not going to be mulching in May. We didn't know how it was going to turn out when we did it in October. And it seems to have held up for the, in pretty good shape up till now. And now, at this point on, for the next 3-4 months, you're gonna have rainy season and then the mulch is just gonna, or the mulch or pine straw is just gonna be, washed down the drain kind of thing. So it's kind of pointless, because that's what happened last year, is we put it down in May and it was like by October, it was gone. So why are we going to spend money on something that's going to really not?
We really needed it last year, May, because we had
It
done
was
smaller
smaller,
batches
right.
essentially. And this is a month, I mean, we did a huge
huge,
chunk of it.
right? So anyway, that was the reason for that. And the road, drive, walks cleaning occurred this in February. And so that annual expense has already been incurred. So there's a line item on the income statement that you'll see it's like overdrawn, but that's because it's an annual expense. So that will just go to zero by the end of the year. And then the water irrigation, the water for the irrigation, year to date actual is 6471. The budget is 3750, which is 2,700 over. I think a few reasons why, due to higher water usage due to dry season. The other thing is the constant problems with the irrigation, with the geysers and that's.
We've had some huge usage
Yeah.
because of,
Problems. Yeah. So anyway, there are nothing else to, everything's in line. Those were the only things that looked kind of crazy. No delinquencies, everyone's paid up or overpaid. And that just other items to note, our tax return has been filed with IRS, so we are in compliance. So as you know, in January, I was a little frustrated because of all the issues with the new bookkeeper and anyway, Gabby is our current Maldonado.
Maldonado, yeah.
Okay.
Really good girl, really good, really wonderful person.
And you know what, what she has done, I mean, I think the other lady was very proficient. The problem was she's been there so long, she didn't even ask me. She just did it. This one, Gabby emails me, she says, do you see anything wrong? I go through it and I'm like, change this, change that, over here, over there. And she's worked hard to get it back on track because now I'm getting the reports a couple weeks after the end of the month,
Okay,
which is the big deal. You know,
Right.
before it was 6, 7 weeks
Yeah.
sometimes. I'm like, oh my God,
Mhm.
you know, how can I go with them? Anyway, so it's a much better relationship in that sense. And then C is a moot point now because we just got the vision bills. Because I didn't see them and I heard about them and I'm like, well, I don't see them. I haven't been asked to approve.
Yeah, right? Was it-
Yes,
Yeah.
today.
They showed up at my box this morning. Like, oh, well, there they are.
Oh,
And like,
okay.
I went through each one, because like, how come there's so many of them? And then I was reading, of course, starts going back in March 17th, I
Yeah.
think is the earliest one.
So what happens is they bill us immediately for March on March 1st. And then we pay them by March 30th
Mhm.
or April 5th in this case. I guess that, you know, we're gonna pay them 5 days after the end of the month. But I guess on the irrigate, that's on the monthly bill.
Like,
And on the irrigation bill, I guess, you know,
there was 2 monthly bills in there.
there were 2 monthly bills.
First one and
And then the April one that's not really due to the end, of April.
Mhm.
But yeah, we want to get those others paid currently, which I saw you already had
Because
that.
I was curious to see, like I told you, if we had to pay, charge it back to the owner. Because there was some specific, addresses on them. But no. To charge back.
Oh.
Any owners for the work, the irrigation work. I didn't know exactly if Montara takes care of all of the irrigation, or if specific owners pay for the ones that are in front of their house.
No,
For the house.
depends what it is.
Okay,
If, for instance, if it's something where, and help me out here, Rich, make sure I'm not talking.
I
out
think
of
it's
line.
irrigation, we pay,
We,
HOA pays.
yeah, but if it's something like I want a new irrigation line because I just put in a bunch of new bushes, it's on the homeowner, correct?
The installation is, yes, the installation's on the homeowner. After that, the HOA maintains it.
Correct.
Or if it's like in my cage, nobody, I pay for everything in my cage.
Right,
Mhm.
right. That was your choice, right? That was a choice to add on.
Yeah, it was there.
Oh, well, anyway. But,
okay.
interior is on you.
Right, so for example, I did the new planning, I paid Kevin to put in the irrigation. If anything goes wrong with it, the HOA will
Correct.
fix it.
Correct. That's what we did too. So anyway, just to show you what is in your little packet was my little reserve account analysis that I update, every month. And at the end of it, I just wanted to show you, it says budgeted. I wanted to show you why I care. For many reasons, but the HOs, what we budgeted was, from the HOA being paid into the reserve is 39,820 for the year. And I budgeted 6,000. And I'm not gonna come up to 6,000 based on our interest rate, so I'm like, getting worried there. And so the total budgeted reserve income is 45,820. But, we have 9 months to make up the balance of 34,000, but based on the interest rate, we're going to we make up the difference to put into the reserve, because this is, the reserve is important, so we want to keep that up. So if we don't earn enough interest, we're going to have to pony up the balance of it, kind of thing. So, and we did this before. Anyway, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Then it's just the balance sheet. And the prepaid member fees is just because people paid in March for April. And what else? Then the annual budget. And what you really want to look at is the difference between the year-to-date actual and the year-to-date budget. And then the variance next to it. Because that is where you're like, okay, why? So as you can see, halfway down the first page is 505 water irrigation. You'll see there, that's where I was getting the numbers of actual versus budget. I'm hoping that we had some really low years for 2 years and then, but I know it has been higher in previous years, the cost of water. Because we get the water is controlled by, you know,
Resource
Company.
recovery or something.
yeah, and they can, it's like a commodity, you know, it's, you're, well, I think we'll go up higher because it's more in demand,
Yeah.
right? So, anyways, that's, anybody have a thought, question? Sorry, it is on the, website now, as of yesterday.
This is,
Yes,
okay, good.
yeah, this is all on the website. now, so.
When you put it on the website, you put on, you get the whole package put on the website. So-
And I don't put it, how does that work?
I have no idea. So what, did you look at this, see what this was, what this?
What is that? I haven't seen that.
That's
No,
just my
I
report.
think the whole package of the financials, not just the top 3 pages. You know, which everything else in there.
The general ledgers.
Yeah. It goes.
I have no idea how that works. Kathleen, do you know how?
Website?
I thought it was the board member packet.
There's a board member packet goes to the board, and then there's the owner's packet.
Okay.
That's only as the balance sheets, basically. But if you want to see
So
the whole
that's
general
how
ledger,
that works.
yeah,
The board member packets is what you used to see with the general ledger and the AR and the accounts payable.
And then, that's all to see if I can get that on my.
Not on the website, but if you want to file a request with the manager. I
I
mean,
can send it over to you, yes.
Okay,
I can send it over to you, yeah.
no, that's all, I see it. Yeah, yeah. I'll send you the.
it's like 56 pages.
On the,
It
Yes.
should be on the website. Yeah.
they noticed the little 3-page report of everything, so that's great. So the 3 page.
Finally,
You report on, I said, finally.
I'm saying finally.
I didn't, I couldn't understand you. I couldn't hear you.
No, you're all set. Everything's in there now for the first 3 pages, going back to 2024 and 25, and it looks like 26 to start.
Yeah, some of it came together, yeah, so.
Yes, I was missing, I can get the whole package.
It's all cost.
Oh, yes, yeah, it was.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see, we already did the instant, long-term planning. Okay. I think we're doing okay anyway.
Yes, we do.
Instrument. So, we need to get started on the paver repairs and, what do we have in the budget for that?
Oh, yeah. hold on.
I should.
I knew I was missing one thing I want to. That too. So. Because, you know, we already spent $1,000.
Yes, okay. So you all know, once a year, we ask all the homeowners to make notations on their driveways, walkways, for any irregularities with the pavers. And then we have a company that comes in and pulls pavers, hacks off the roots or whatever's causing the problem and figure it out. So
And that's not for cracks and little chips. That's for when they're raised by the roots and that kind of stuff, like a tripping hazard or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, we've got some pretty bad ones on our sidewalk. But
walkways, yeah, that's
when are they gonna come? Because
that's what we're, yeah,
that's the
that's-
critical part.
yeah.
That's part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it'll be, we'll you're gonna get a question, email for making notes. When they actually come, you don't have to be here.
Oh.
As long as they have, we ask for some kind of specific notes of where the problems are.
Yeah,
They've done a lot, so they probably don't really need any guidance, but.
So we only have 1,000 left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right, it doesn't probably really matter.
Well, here's my thinking is because we're only doing one, pine straw.
Oh, we can, okay,
We have.
Yeah, okay.
We have some
we
yeah.
can borrow from,
borrow,
to pay Peter.
no, I think it's the other way around. But yeah.
All right,
Pine straw to pay, it's pine straws to pay paver. Yeah. Pine straw to pay paver.
Favors.
okay, so I wanted to make sure the reserve study's online. I haven't looked, but
I was reading, I saw all the financials and the minutes and everything.
You didn't see it?
I'm back, yeah, I did.
On the
I'm
reserve,
sure I loaded that on there.
I'm,
I saw it
like-
I saw it 2023 reserve study.
Oh.
I didn't see the 20.
Well, what's the newest one?
oh, yes, last year, 2025.
But whatever you gave me, I thought.
Yeah,
I'll double check when I
if,
get home.
if I don't, if, we'll get it online.
I thought,
One way or
I
the
thought
other.
I put the newest one online though.
Anybody have any questions, issues?
Okay, so behind our house, Margaret's house, Ken's house, my house, the palmettos behind on the golf course, we're always taking care of my helpers. So I've asked Nicole 3 times now to give me an estimate if Vision would like to do that. We pay for it, obviously. I told them we'd like to do it on a Saturday, so it's not interrupting anything. She said they don't work on Saturdays, but they do it on Friday when it's not here. But I talked to get an estimate, but would you don't mind if I use Montara again and bring them in and do the back of my house?
You can use Moulter, but I think Vision agreed to trim them.
No.
No,
that's
that's never been, no, that's, yeah, I never discussed it with them.
No.
I know they're not gonna do ours as part of.
I talked to Nicole in person and I told them that that's on us.
Okay,
It's not the cost of the HOA.
yeah,
But I just wanted to try to get an estimate, but she's probably busy, and hasn't got an estimate, but it's coming due, and I might just reach out to Walter, Emily, and if she wants to do it, she'll come in and do it again.
I'd say that's,
That's
I
fine.
don't care.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just wanted to be,
Yeah, I
all the
don't,
bulls
yeah,
in here, I just want you to.
yeah, what is his truck doing in here?
Now, what's it doing now? Here, the upfront.
That, you know what, you've disclosed, that's great, but we're still probably gonna hear that, so.
But you'll hear it.
but see, if it's a Saturday, that's not bad either.
Yeah, I mean, Vision will do it on Friday, Bolton does it on Saturday.
so going back to the paper repairs, you have an approximate time frame for when that's gonna happen?
He'll probably do it. I'm guessing in late May. When you leave.
Early.
I'll send around an email today or tomorrow and at least get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
I've
that'd
just-
be helpful, because we can respond immediately.
Okay. I've just procrastinated.
Isn't it like a little map? And then you just mark it on the map?
Well, I have, that is on the website too, but they have to print it.
Yeah.
Still need it.
I think just providing a description is pretty good.
Halfway through.
Because then we're just looking for things that are raised, so yeah, I mean, they should be able to.
And we
Figure that.
have fixed several already that were kind of some reasonably dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous to people that are not stable.
Yeah, they become a real tripping hazard, yeah.
Feel like there was something, any other, yeah, Ed,
When Kevin comes in, does the hardwoods, he's doing the oak trees too, trimming them, or is he not?
yeah, because they're hardwoods.
Okay.
I think it's,
Will he trim the dead branches on some of the oaks?
he should be trimming,
That are really high. I know.
he should be trimming. And, yeah, it's hardwoods and ornamentals. I'm not sure what an ornamental is, maybe those, which those don't really need trimming, but that's the theory. But you can encourage, you know,
A lot of the oak trees are on other people's properties.
I know, yeah,
It's hard to encourage.
yeah. Well, I can help if you, I can help. And so the two small oak trees on the west side of our island look horrible.
Yeah, I've noticed.
They're not-
Yeah.
No,
They're
those.
not oak trees.
They're not-
Those are gumbo
Those are
limbo and they look terrible.
They're-
Yeah, but in the summer, they're as lush as can be. This is not their season,
So
yeah.
they're just taking a rest.
Yes, the summertime, they'll be beautiful.
Is that, I don't remember it
Yeah.
last year, the year before, looking as dormant.
Yeah.
There's a couple of reasons.
I noticed all of Bonita Bay's looking like that right
I
now.
looked it up because the one that Kevin planted, I started to get yellow leaves
Yeah.
falling. We had a lot of cold weather, we have dry weather. And if you do the research to say, if it's your tree individually, you got a problem, but if all the ones, you know, you look at mine, you look at the one up at the corner here, you look, they're all doing the same thing. It's because we had a cold snap, it's very dry, so you're supposed to come back, we'll see.
I think that might be in some of the oaks too, because when you go up to Boulevard and up the Country Club Drive, it looks like some of the bigger ones just look, they don't look quite as good as they normally
Well,
do.
we have one that he planted several years ago. It's been magnificent. It's grown and it doesn't.
The
But,
gumbo
you know,
limbo's a good one.
I'm not sure if it's even a gumbo. He said it was. But then a friend of ours who is a tree guy said, no, it's not a gumbo limbo, it's something. So I just know it's a tree.
Yeah,
But has the design been finalized for the new entrance?
Yes.
Design? Is that out on the picture of that on the site or something?
Excuse me.
I don't,
Go, so sorry.
no.
you know what? That's not a bad idea. I could send around an email with a picture of it. Can I put a picture on those, on the emails? Okay.
Ed.
50 megabytes, it should get it.
Yeah, well, the web designer, web maintainer that we use. I don't, maybe they made improvements over the last couple of years, but initially it was difficult to do anything except send an email, type it, not cut and paste and whatever.
No, it's just the first three
The
pages.
new,
So,
the new sign kind of mimics Hampton Isles, which is
it should be.
if you go down, it's like you're going toward the high rises and you go up and over the little bridge. It's on the right. Is it before you get the, is it before or after they go over the hill? Hampton. Before-
It's not, it's
Is
just
it
Hampton, it's not Hampton Island.
So it's not Hampton,
It's right before the bridge. It's a little bit-
talking about.
on the right hand side.
Hammock Isle.
Oh, Hammock Island.
Hammock Isle is the one. Sorry, Hammock Isle. Okay, yeah, I thought it was down further. So I'll get something posted, but if you want like a realistic picture, ours will be pretty much the same size, same kind of design. They have stacked, so it's a flat panel with the name, and then it's bordered on the ends with two pillars. Their pillars are these stacked stones. Ours is more of a kind of a finish like this, so it matches more or less our buildings. It'll be a nice improvement. But I'll get something on the website.
And no landscaping's been decided yet, because once it's in, then they'll figure out what will work
Yeah.
best. Yeah.
By the way, Ed, it is, the reserve study of this year is on the website under homeowner docs. Or homeowner reports, but it's only 3 pages.
Right.
We'll put the we'll put the full,
What's holding on?
yeah,
Okay, I thought I put something on it.
so, but it was on it.
But
It
just,
was
three- but-
just,
Executive summary. was on.
I can't read.
The executive summary. was on.
Yes.
oh, okay,
Yes.
we'll put the whole thing.
Sorry, I can't hear very well. Sorry.
I just have to.
Oh.
put it into,
Board member. We have a board vacancy.
mhm.
Our treasurer has agreed to take that position. Is that, am I accurate in saying that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do we have to vote on this? I know we have the.
An appointment, just an appointment.
It's an appointment, okay. So
Now I have to vote,
Mhm.
but voting before.
not, you don't vote yet. We have to vote for you and then you can vote.
I elect myself.
Does somebody want to move that we,
Yeah, I'll make a
Wait,
motion
that's-
that we appoint Betsy Barber as our, to fill that vacancy on.
Second,
All those in favor, say aye.
Hi,
Aye, okay.
good, thanks,
So it's
Betsy.
official, so now you're not just an officer. You're now a board. And you'll see an increase in your paycheck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
0 to 0.
Okay, 2 zeros this time.
Any other issues, comments?
I'm going to I signed up for that hurricane thing,
Oh, thank
so I'll be going to
All right.
that next week.
What's that? Hurricane?
And you're a hurricane,
Yeah,
um,
the captain, whatever they call it, but the community association is putting on a presentation. I don't know if it's the guy from Week News or something like that, and
Is that the
at 2
breakfast?
o'clock.
Is that the breakfast one?
No, 2
Strand.
o'clock.
This is McDivitt.
it's not, well, it's the
No.
new guy,
Oh,
Matt Devitt, is, Matt, whatever it is, he's.
About hurricane season, not what they expect and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no,
Went to that. Should scare the hell.
I know.
Well, they do kind of happen.
I'm so prepared though. After all these years, yeah, I don't really work too much.
So we have a meeting at the end of May,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so that, and then we'll probably skip it through in the summer.
Well, not too late for me because I get to take off on the 28th.
You're on the 20th, okay. What about the 26th?
May?
Yeah, could you do the 22nd? Because I think I'll be out of here.
Yeah, 22nd works.
All right.
Does it work with Margaret?
Yep. Mhm. May
Hold on,
22nd.
hold on.
All right,
I'm like, I'm having a problem here, technically.
for the first? Can you do the 21st? Obviously,
It's a Thursday, the
I'm
21st.
just seeing, what day, don't you have a conflict with one of those days?
Yeah, I never get to play
Yeah.
mahjong anymore because of
21st is what,
Thursday,
like 3 o'clock again?
21st? That's it, how about you?
20.
At 3 o'clock.
Thursday.
Yeah.
That's
3
fine.
o'clock.
Kathleen was here. this
Hang on,
morning.
3
I don't know why I put down 9.
That's not.
Okay,
21st.
21, 3.
Okay, that works.
Got it.
Hey, also, please, yeah, your email, I never get yours.
Oh, I will, okay.
Oh, now you will, yeah. Now you will.
Yeah. GMC.
You know what I mean?
I got it. Oh, I know your email. I do send you emails, but they're special to you.
And make a motion to adjourn.
Got
Second.
you're having so much.
I know, that's what my
Oh,
son.
God, I have 2 hours. I have to be at somewhere.
Yeah. All right, all those in favor,
Yeah.
returning, say aye.
Wow.
I wouldn't have gotten dressed early.
Quick questions. One is when I submit something like submitted.
Bugs are going to the
Yeah,
ice.
there's all this little.
All stuff from like 2 years ago, all of those like, irrigation requests are there, they never get like deleted, and I tried, I can't delete them. Why would they still be there?
Oh, didn't we have a problem with that?
That all of my irrigation requests for like last 2 years, when I go online, they're still there. And I can't delete them, they can go away. They're not, yeah, they've been handled years ago.
I can take it.
Oh, would you? Okay.
Because I was thinking that we had done that once before. Get rid of
Like,
like,
once somebody does the work, shouldn't somebody been deleted from there?
Well, the way the system is supposed to work is if it's been handled, then you should be notified by Bishop that this has all been done. And then you can go into the system and close it out, and then it sends an email to the person that put in the request to let them know it's closed.
so, okay, so I get the email. Originally, when you do a request, it goes to Vision, it goes to me, and I see it. So once, I don't, that important step where Vision actually takes care of it, fixes it, then they would go in and say the job's done, and then I would check it off, and then you would get an email saying it's done.
That's.
But they don't go into our
But
website.
they don't, they don't respond to
They
it.
don't go to our
Well,
website
these,
though.
and these were all
They don't
pretty
use our
pictures.
website.
I mean, they go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
years.
Well, those we can delete because they're not relevant anymore. But I'm just thinking going forward, it would be kind of cool to have it so that there was, like, the circle was completed. You know, because you put something in and you presume that it's being taken care of. I mean, most of the time it does seem to be what it's taken care of, but there's no assurance that it's, you know, you don't know.
Pretty much.
Well,
Mr. Kane, so,
So I put a request in the vision for the irrigation, because it wasn't covering. It was in a way that it wasn't covered behind the water, so it's a strip coming in my driveway. So I was talking to him, when he was walking around and checking the water, and he said he'd move that back. So I don't know if he did it or not, so he was out here the other day, and I went and asked him, was there a problem moving it? He said, I'll show you, and he brought me over. But I don't want people to think that I'm pulling him away to show me what it is, so it'd be a great idea if somebody checks off that it's completed.
right,
Because
exactly,
if I ask somebody it's completed.
Yeah.
And he shows me, then you're gonna get calls from everybody saying that I'm pulling away from his job to do something, then he's just explaining to me how he finished it.
I'll find out if it shouldn't be that big a deal.
who does the request go to admission?
I think, I'm not sure, I think it was to Scott and Nicole.
Okay, so.
No, it goes to
And she's the one here, so she's like our
It goes
supervisor.
to her.
So what should happen is you should have all those emailed.
Yeah,
Wow. And then at the end of a week, because I was told that they come on Fridays here to do the irrigation.
yeah,
So he should give that list back to Nicole stating everything's done.
yeah,
And then she would either give it to you or somebody else.
yeah,
And I can show them how to clear them.
okay, but if somehow so she says it's done, but she's not a computer person or whatever, then Scott would go in and say, this has been completed, this task has been completed. Would that,
But Scott doesn't get on her website.
No, none of them
Right.
get in on our website.
yeah, so it'd have to, yeah,
He could say that all the irrigation requests for the previous week have been completed
okay,
because the dates are on there.
yeah, and we get them on that invoice we get, so that's all documented. Okay,
But I had tried to show Georgie when she was doing the architectural stuff. And she's, I'm not doing
oh,
it.
yes,
So,
Cause you almost have to go in and do each one. Cause don't you have to delete each one?
but there's not that many, I mean, I'm happy to do it, it would take 5 minutes, as long as there's a process that makes it.
That gives you a
makes it
list or
worthwhile.
something, yeah.
I
exactly.
think
And it's not bad, because at least then we have some checks and balance, so that if we make a request. And she says, yes, this and this were done,
Otherwise, there is
We
no,
get-
nothing that shows us.
we just make an assumption that they're done. I mean, the place looks pretty good,
Mhm.
so we presume that what they're doing is working.
So, for instance, I think you can go off the invoices,
Yeah,
because when they go to the invoice, let's go to the big one, right? That huge one, yeah. 32, oh,
yeah, yeah, so there's all those, yeah,
us, my,
Yeah.
our clock was bad. Also stuck inch and a half. I can't even say these valves.
yeah,
And solenoid or whatever. Anyway, my point is, it was fixed. Then 3288, then 3292, then 3296, then 3300, 3318,
Yeah.
and so forth and so on. So you can go through and go, think,
But on the website, they're assigned a number. The ticket has a number. If you click on that, it will pull that up. But
they're not using the ticket numbers here.
no, so they might want to, and that would make life a lot easier, wouldn't it?
But that,
well, you can,
what you've,
as an administrator, you
Mhm.
can go on there and see all of the irrigation
Right.
requests.
Mhm.
And you can multiple select them
okay,
and close them.
Okay, so, but we just need something that says they've been done.
so, but by getting the invoice, do we assume it was done? I mean,
Well, it would be a lot
With
easier if
billing
they
for
would
it.
include the ticket number on each house.
there is a difference, because for example, a lot of that they found when they did their review, or they might find it, do it and bill us.
True,
But for people where we ask for something and they find it,
that's
where
where,
eventually you will get a bill for it, but it's not gonna get cleared then
Exactly.
from the website. So like I said, I've got years worth of things on there that have been handled years ago. They just stay there.
Well, I'd say, is it a pain to, can I clear
I have to show you.
them? All right, if it's easy, let's
Yes.
clear them all. And then I'll call Scott
start from
and,
scratch.
and see if we can come up with some kind of a simple process that will allow this to kind of go around, yeah.
And then,
Because each ticket has a number. Each ticket that you put in has a.
again, this is important stuff. So to get to hire them to work in my cage, who do I call? And who am I allowed to call?
You can just call Vision's number, or you can
You can do it through the website.
Through the website too.
And but just say it's,
Yeah.
well, just say it's
Yeah,
private.
Say I'll
Yeah.
pay for it.
Yeah, that you want
Just-
private work
just
done and, yeah, that's all.
Joe, I just, send him a text, he'd send me a bill and I pay him.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All right, so I can do it through the website, I'll just say on it I'm paying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
then I
It'd
have-
be
I
just
have some
like-
Private work to be
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
But I mean, you could do that through the irrigation landscape thing, like you've been doing for, if you have a
Or
problem.
I could call, I just call the general number, say I
Yeah.
want to hire you to do something.
Yeah.
Okay,
They were responsive.
okay.
Yeah, they're responsive. We already adjourned.
Yeah.
No,
Anybody else?
these were not pertinent to the.
Yeah,
board, they're
they're-
private questions.
Okay. Anybody else?
Say it.
Oh, did you have more questions?
It's gonna be problematic. No, just talk, maybe just, I talked to Bob about it a little bit, he flew me in and I checked my thing. The irrigation was